Hello, co-reporters, and welcome back to my channel. I don't know if you've seen the news or not, but the whole Kate Middleton cancer gate is it's a scandal all over again. So basically, a very well-respected journalist who is part of the Royal Rota reported in the past, and that report is now surfacing again. I believe she wrote this article in September, and it started resurfacing over the weekend, saying that Kate's doctor found pre-cancerous cells, and that is what was removed from her body when she underwent her abdominal surgery earlier in the year. And so obviously there's a massive difference between pre-cancerous cells and cancerous cells, just like the whole preventative chemotherapy versus chemotherapy being a big confusion. All of this to say is that, God, just when I thought we were over it and ready to move on, along comes another can of worms, completely opening up, messing up everything all over again, and just confusing people all over again. So now all of the outlets are writing about this. This was written about in the New York Post, Page 6, the Daily Beast, everywhere, you guys, literally everywhere is writing about this. And so I pulled up a copy of the story written on Yahoo News that I want to go over with you, because I am just, and as you can tell, I'm trying to formulate my sentences, but my brain is just short circuiting over how unnecessarily messy this entire ordeal has been. It just feels like something is amiss. There's no reason for all of these questions to constantly being be brought up. For example, take a look at how Prince Charles's situation is. Everybody, like, it was a very cut and dry, well communicated situation. No fake photos, no convoluted explanations about this, that, and the other that don't make sense. Like, it was clear from the very beginning. Versus Kate's situation, which has just been so odd. Let's take a look at what it is that Yahoo or slash the Daily Beast. This is a Daily Beast article as republished by Yahoo. What the Daily Beast had to say about the latest controversy surrounding Kate's alleged cancer. Article itself reads as the following, quote, "The extraordinary rumor that Kate Middleton never had cancer, which went viral over the weekend after an old report resurfaced saying the princess had been afflicted by, quote, pre-cancerous cells, can arguably be traced back to a deliberately opaque communications policy by her and her office. The half-transparent, half-secretive approach to Kate's health crisis this year also resulted in one of the most disastrous episodes of news management ever seen in the royal family, when Kate disappeared from view for weeks on end, triggering a tsunami of speculation about her health and her marriage, before she reappeared in a photo that turned out to be doctored." So, wow, you guys, like I said, scathing, but I'm not surprised. Based off the title alone, I knew that they were going to go in, and I think that it's with good reason, right? At the end of the day, Kate is a public servant, right? All of these people are, and that means that they answer to the public. So it's bizarre when, the most famous public servant, in the British, in England, suddenly disappears, right? Then we get all these half-truths, we get these fake photos. It doesn't make any sense. So I do understand why they are being so harsh here. Now, continuing along, Kensington Palace never produced the original. Again, that is something that is very, very suspicious and very, very alarming. Not only did Kate's office never produce the original photo, they also, from then on, refused to produce original photos to the press, meaning that they are stifling the freedom of the press, you guys, which is a major thing. But again, because of the Royal Rota, this, that, and the other, there's a code of silence that protects these people, even when they're doing things that are categorically wrong, right? Instead of producing real, verifiable photos to the press, whenever they want to produce anything, they put it on social media, such as YouTube, such as Instagram, meaning that these things cannot be verified by the press, meaning that they cannot be called out again as easily for lying as they were when they released the Frankenstein Mother's Day image. Continuing along. After an outcry from global picture and news agencies which declared William and Kate's office to no longer be a credible news source, Kate then appeared to be bounced into revealing that she had cancer in the first of two momentous videos. But astonishingly, that story is now being called into question after the Sky News report, which said that Kate had actually been treated for pre-cancerous cells. The report originally dated from September, but resurfaced online this weekend. It was authorized by Rhiannon Mills, senior royal news editor for Sky News. So Rhiannon's position as a senior royal editor for Sky News, being part of that royal rota is very significant, because this means that she typically, is in lockstep with the palace and is in direct communication with them in order to, to portray or to work together to create stories or to publish stories or things like that. So why is it someone who's so high up, who is so trusted by the palace, is saying that Kate only had precancerous cells, right? Mills and Sky are members of the so-called Royal Rota, a quasi-official group of royal journalists working for the British media who, while maintaining their editorial independence and frequently writing critical stories about the royals, cooperate with the palace, especially on logistics in a broad sense. Palace staffers are often able to get simple errors made by rota journalists easily corrected. The Daily Beast understands that reputable journalists contacted Kensington Palace last week to ask them about the Sky News report, but it went unchanged until Tuesday, when it was finally amended by Sky to remove the reference to pre-cancerous cells. Mills has not responded to requests for comment, and the palace has told the Daily Beast that it won't be commenting, with sources saying the phrase precancerous cells was never used by them. The specific formulation of the words went largely unnoticed at the time, amid relief that Kate's announcement that she was, quote, cancer-free. Intriguingly, her office said at the time that the press shouldn't use the phrase cancer-free, although Kate did, suggesting another significant disconnect between the press office and its principal figures. So at the end of the day, whether Kate did or didn't have cancer, at this point, I got a headache just thinking about it, and just thinking about how foolishly this entire ordeal was handled. That now the Princess of Wales, who is set to become the Queen of England one day, is now deemed so untrustworthy that people can't even believe or make up their mind about whether or not she would be honest about having cancer or not having cancer. Like, that is just such a huge deal. It's just such, it's egregious. It really, really is, and it makes me sad that, like, they thought that doing this, like, weird secrecy, the fake photos of this, that, and the other would make all of this go away. People would just fall for it, not ask any questions. But now, instead, they have ruined their reputation like never before. As you saw in this Daily Beast article, the journalists calling them out on it, and people all over the world, the photo agencies themselves have called them out. They said, listen, these people are not trustworthy. We're never ever going to accept photos from these people again, at face value, because at this point they're not trustworthy sources. And the only other major you know, government or, heavy hitters or, public figures who have been deemed as, or institutions that have been deemed as unreliable sources, you guys, are the government of Iran, the government of North Korea, and now Will and Kate in Kensington Palace. That is major. But again, like we talk about the royal rota, this, that, and the other, these people are all working together in order to suppress stories, to suppress questions about these people. And that's why the significance of this was very much swept under the rug. Guys, it's very significant that Will and Kate in Kensington Palace are no longer considered to be a reliable source. It's very significant that instead of trying to show their public, right, the people that they're taking money from, instead of trying to show us that they are worthy of trusting, that they are reliable, what do? Okay, well, we're going to stay unreliable. We're not going to release official photos. We're going to only release photos that you will not be able to verify. That's scary, you guys. It really, really is. But listen, I guess, again, some people are just so far up their behinds that they refuse to question this and to pay attention to what this is really telling us. Another example of this is the expose that just came out about how William and Charles are making all this money, being slumlords, right? Like, people are freezing to death in their homes. People have mold in their homes. Their homes are not energy efficient, right? They're making all these money, charging all these money to charities for leasing of their properties. all this stuff, right? The fact that they were publishing jobs trying to underpay people less than the literal minimum wage, or the fact that the majority of the people that they're hiring, they're trying to hire for at the very, least that they can get them for. All of these things are huge, substantial pieces of information that have been trickling out over the past few weeks or months. And it's all, it comes out, but then it disappears because they're all in bed with this family, with this corrupt family, with this family of liars, with this family of manipulators. And listen, the house of cards is slowly falling down piece by piece, brick by brick. Continue to pay attention because more and more lies are going to continue to be exposed. As for Kate's cancer, did she or didn't she have cancer? I don't know. I really do not know. All I know is that it doesn't make sense to me that there would be so many lies surrounding something so serious. The only thing I can tell you is I find it concerning that the future Queen of England cannot be trusted on something as serious as cancer, or that her communication office, the Kensington Palace, cannot be trusted on something this serious, you guys. It's not making any sense. Nothing is adding up, and it's weird. It's weird is all I got to say is it's freaking weird. I've never seen anything like this, I really haven't, since the Brooks cancer scandal on the Real Housewives of Orange County. Now that was bizarre, and this is giving that, where it's just a bunch of nonsense coming out left, right, and center. I don't know. I really don't know, you guys. I cannot say one way or the other. All I can say is I'm just as confused as you are, and I'm just as disappointed as you are. Anyway, let me know what you think about all this in the comment section down below. And as usual, we will chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.